lot going on. I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes that we just can't. I saw a post this morning that said we're all about gematria, but we don't see what's right in front of our face.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think we need to figure something out, and I think we are. Behind the scenes, things are cooking.
Well, Mel, did you watch Are you following SGANON? I'm spelling it like you, Guru. Are you following that guy? Because he gives a lot of great. He's really good.
Yeah, I like him. He's very
SG
sincere.
what?
SG like Sam girl and
Yeah.
ANON.
Oh yeah, I know, but I heard that he supposedly is no longer available. Is that right?
He put out another recording yesterday, I believe, or today, or the 17th. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it was great, Mel. He was talking about how the latest development that he dropped was that within the military, they're taking out any traitors. They're just now they've been given the green light to within the military. And somebody was saying that if they're announcing that it's already been done.
Wow. Man.
Yeah. So I think we're further along in the movie than even you and I, we three realize.
Well, listen, I've been getting battle fatigue, but this morning I said, screw it. I said, I'm taking my XRP vitamins. I'm going to go at these bastards. I'm not going to give up.
Woo!
You know?
Good. We need you. We need you, Mel.
Yeah,
we need
his
you.
energy,
Big warrior.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I need a double dosage of XRP vitamins. You know, I'm going to drop that stuff in my coffee. You know, watch it sizzle.
You know, I was telling Guru Mel that like for the first time I managed my expectations really well. Like before the speech in Mar-a-Lago, a lot of people were like built up really high. I did not build myself really high. I stayed in the middle, like hopeful but realistic, and like so afterwards I wasn't devastated. And I think that's like when you say each time around is a practice run, it's like you can work on your own soul, your own spiritual growth. And that was definitely growth for me, that I was able to maintain equilibrium after that kind of disappointment, because I felt the disappointment, but I was like a minute later I was okay.
You know what it is? If I could have my cake and eat it too, I get everybody into positive cash flow, where you're making, you know, $5,000 a week. Okay, not like killer money, 5,000, 6,000 a week. You're in positive cash flow. You're paying your bills. You have an extra 2-3 grand every month at the end of the day, at the end of the month, to buy yourself another few bags. You're able to take a vacation every month at the beach or whatever, you know what I mean? And
sounds nice now.
Take the pressure off. And then when it gets here, it's like, hey, thank you guys for stalling, because now I got bigger bags. I'm going to be more lethal, because this is like Tony Montana says, you get the power. Okay. That's power. They don't want the people to have the power, because this, you're able to, you know, this is cannon fire. Okay.
When Trump said we're giving the power back to the people.
Bingo.
Remember in when was that? 2017. Yeah.
Well, you know, America also, and I haven't brought this up in quite some time. He was doing, and I got to find the interview. I got to send it to you, where Trump at the end of the interview, this is a mainstream Fox interview. It's maybe, I don't know, 15, 20-minute interview. It's not a long interview. I don't know if they chopped it up, whatever, but at the end, he says, well, you know, the lady asked him, this is like the last 25 seconds of the interview. And the lady asks something, I forget what she asked, and he said, well, you know, this is about Iraq. He turns around and says, you know, we got $35 billion, no, 35 trillion with a T of their money. I'm like, whoa, I think Trump knows about the Iraqi dinar.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
And just like when he drops these things so casually, like when he was at a press meet, like there was some kind of meeting, and he said, oh, me and Melania are going to go on a trip. We're going to go in one of those vehicles. What's that vehicle
RV.
called again?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
He said that. So he's
the guy that does his business on a golden toilet seat that is 24 karat gold is going to travel in an RV. No.
Well,
it's a
no.
breadcrumb.
Right. It was a breadcrumb. And I also realized, I think he's been dropping that since the 80s and 90s about the gold, because everything Trump is gold. He's been telling us, if this plan
Golden
and if there's
doors,
time
golden
travel,
toilet, silverware, gold, napkin holders. Come on.
Right. I think that's
Everything's
a calm.
gold.
I think he's known about this plan longer than we realize. And I think all that is teaching us how much of it there is. There's so much of it on the planet. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, Guru? You agree with me on that, Guru?
You're saying so much of of gold?
Gold, that he can use it everywhere. I think Trump is a time traveler. I think, even on the show Apprentice, he was dropping. I think there's been comms planted and seeded into the consciousness by him for 20 years at least.
I've sent you some old videos. Those videos are at least 25, 26, 27, 28 years old. That's how long I've been at this. Robert Dean. Okay.
Yes.
Sergeant Major. My mom watched. She's like, "Oh my God, I could watch that guy." I said, "Mom, he's dead. Those are old videos." So, but yeah, you got to watch Robert Dean. He talked a lot about all of this stuff.
Yeah. I started watching. He's a great. Yeah, I like his energy.
Yeah, and he talks about people living on Mars who've been there for generations and generations. There's Italians, there's Chinese, there's Americans, there's Russians. They're on Mars. There are cities on Mars. There have been cities on Mars. They don't want you to know. Yeah, we've been traveling to Mars. That thing that takes off and out of space over there in Space Coast, Florida, that is Kabuki theater. We haven't needed those rocket boosters and gasoline to go into just break into through our atmosphere to go into outer space as in like a long time, long before I was born. Okay.
Right.
I don't know how old you guys are, but I'm up there. So probably longer than you guys have been born too.
It wouldn't be a podcast, Mel, unless you said Kabuki theater.
Everybody's starting to say Kabuki theater now. I saw even one of these like really like 5-star high-end freaking documentaries. The guy said Kabuki theater. I'm like, oh my God, I think these people owe me some copyright.
Yeah, it's from you. No one else was saying Kabuki theater.
That's so funny. Yeah, but what else is new? What is there anything new that's really going on that you guys know that I don't know, that I want to know, that the people want to know? Is there anything going on that's new?
I would say to keep a close eye on Vincent Kennedy on Twitter or on. I mean, he just drops these one-liners that are so much in there. So I would say, get following him.
Well, all of them. Scavino, that Indian guy. What's his name?
Kash Patel.
Kash Patel.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. He's been dropping bombs. Patrick Byrne dropped a few bombs on Clay Clark's stage the other day.
What did he say? I missed that.
9 months ago.
What did he say?
They were talking that they wanted the Coast Guard, and Trump said absolutely, and he held his ground. He said absolutely no uniforms. No uniforms. So that means the Coast Guard is out there, the Army, the Navy SEALs, they're out there doing their job, but they're dressed like me.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? He's on stage saying this. That means he had to have the green light to say this. You're not just going to get on stage at a Wake America tour and say, yeah, this is what happened 9 months ago.
Right. That's what Guru was saying. It's like you don't have to go to Gematria. It's like right under our noses.
Yeah, exactly.
I heard that they said that that they're plainclothes people, militaries on the street. We just, we don't notice it. We're not looking for it.
Maybe you're one of them, Guru.
They look like pizza guys. They look like rabbis. They look like dentists that work in Long Island, and they got guns. And they got silencers on the guns, and they got rubber shoes. They don't make any noise, and they're highly trained.
Oh boy!
So, I'm telling you, this is
the good guys. It's the good guys this time. It's the good guys.
It's a highly covert war. I've said this from the beginning. I'll say it forever. It's a very quiet war, very, very low key. Man, this is going to be one hell of a movie on Unified TV. Don't forget, guys, join Unified TV down below. Can you imagine? Somebody ought to make a movie, Shirka. Somebody ought to make a movie and put it on, and forget Netflix. Let's bypass Netflix. Let's put it on Unified TV. The story of, the world.
Well, who's going to play you, Mel? Who's going to play you in 10 years? Who's going to play Mel Carter?
I think I'm pretty qualified to play myself.
Okay, fine. Guru also. You're too original. Both of you are too. There's nobody who could replace you guys. Come
You
close.
know,
Even come close.
you
True.
know. I think we've been doing this so long that it's like we become so comfortable in front of the camera. It's like making another pizza. It's not a big deal.
I'm getting better, right, Mel?
Absolutely. Oh man, that
Okay, good.
interview you did was amazing. And then he verified what Robert Dean has been talking about for 25 years. Scott,
Oh
right?
yeah. About Mars.
About Mars and all of that. Yeah, I knew about that. I knew about that from him. I knew about that from Robert Dean, Sergeant Clifford Stone, and a few other guys that have been around for at least 25 years talking this jargon for a long time. You guys are late to the party.
Better late than never, Mel.
Yeah. I've been waiting patiently. I'm still here. I ain't going anywhere. I want to see this at the end. On earth as it is in heaven. On earth
Amen.
as it is in heaven.
Amen. We're bringing
On
heaven
earth
down to
as
earth.
it is in heaven means Jasara Nasara is going to create heaven right here on earth. It's in the prayers. It's in the Bible. It's all around you. It's in the messages from Trump. It's in the messages of General Flynn. It's in the messages of everybody. On earth as it is in heaven. We're going to take over. We're going to release the med beds, the crystalline beds. We're going to create time travel. We're going to be able to go to other planets and eat some intergalactic sushi. You understand? With like supercharged, like glow in the dark soy sauce. I don't know. Sounds good.
It doesn't sound good, Mel.
Huh?
That sounds icky.
Yeah, glow in the dark soy sauce. I don't know. I think I'd like to try some.
Sounds like squid. Do you ever eat squid or anything like that? I don't want that.
Yeah. So yeah, how's the weather over there in New York? You guys getting some snow yet? Your microphone.
It's cold today, but I wanted to say something, and I kind of have to close it up just because I have to get ready for Shabbos. But I want to really thank you, Mel. I mean, I just want you to know that, like, when I first started, nobody, I didn't have nobody like reached out to me and said, would you like to talk to me on the show? You were the first and probably the only person, like, back in the day that you really reached out to me. And I just want to thank you really for that from the bottom of my heart. I mean, it really meant so much to me because I was working so hard. I work hard at these videos, and and I seeing all these patriots, I was thinking, like, why are they getting, so much attention? I couldn't really figure it out. And anyway, I really, really appreciate that. And also, I also really, really, really appreciate the fact that through you, I met Gila. I mean,
Yeah.
I would not know Gila. It was like probably one of the most magical, things that have happened to me in my lifetime. It was just like, I got this call, this woman says,
Well,
I don't want to
I
talk to you,
believed in
but
what I
Mel
believed.
said I could call you, I mean, I was like, whoa.
I believed in what I believed in because I have a tendency to really brainwash myself once I find out the truth, and I really, really get into it. And then I put in Jasara, Nasara, XRP, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to throw that in the search engine at YouTube to see if there's any other nut job out there that's talking about this stuff. He comes up. I'm like, whoa, okay. How do I get in touch with this guy? So I hit the about. I went down there. You have to put the little check mark that I'm not a robot, and shows me his email. I sent him an email, and surprisingly, he said, "Yeah, Mel, I'll do a podcast with you."
It was so sweet of you. It was so nice of you.
But
I want to say can I say my perspective on the story?
Sure.
So, I get scammed out of 10K in XRP, and I call Mel at midnight, and Mel stays on the phone with me all night, hooks me up with his broker, like the biggest. You and Amber follow up with me for every day until I get my XRP that I needed back. And then after that, you're like, oh, did you meet Guru? You got to meet Guru. You're like the only two Jews in Brooklyn, like in New York, talking about this. And you asked me, like, until it happened, you kept asking me, did you call him? Did you call him? So I think God, like, sent you to make us joined forces because we're really an important team. Me and Guru are really an important representation of like we're the two Q Jews, and it's needed in the movement. And then the both of you encouraged me to go out on my own, and I'm loving it. Like I'm loving doing interviews and making videos. I feel like it's my divine purpose. So like the three of us, I think we all contracted before we came here. I think we're all soul friends on a soul level, and I love you guys.
Well, you know what it is. You're natural at this. You're a dentist. You're very people oriented. You got to know how to deal with people. Obviously, you got scammed not because you were too trusting. It's not because you were intelligent. You were too trusting. They gave you this BS story of this angelic looking person. Oh, my husband died, and you took pity on that story. You believed that story, and then you bought into the minutia. Next thing you know, your money's in their wallet. Too late. Called me. We got all that thing straightened out. We got you to the broker. We got you your XRP back. Your husband thought you were crazy. Said, you just gave your money to some guy in Nigeria, and now you're what? Talking to that crazy guy, Mel, down in Costa Rica? Are you out of your mind? Right?
Oh my God, Mel.
Remember that?
Trying. That was in trying times of my marriage, let me tell you. That was not easy. But you're in Costa Rica giving him more money?
Yeah, it's like you just got scammed out of 20 grand. You're gonna get scammed out of another 15. Are you out of your mind? I remember that story vividly.
And I trusted you, Mel. I trusted you with my whole heart right away because I just got that vibe from you.
Everybody that knows me or sees me for 5 minutes, they know what this dude is all about. My energy radiates right through the screen. You know, I'm the last of the Mohicans, believe me. I don't just say that. I walk the talk, and I walk. What is it?
I'm your witness forever. Talk the talk. I'm your witness forever. The kindness you showed me that night and the next few weeks, unparalleled, unprecedented in my life.
I didn't do that, but I already had a love affair with her. She's an incredible person. She's out there doing her thing. She wants to get wealthy. There's nothing wrong with wealth because see, the wrong guys had the wealth. The right guys are about to get the wealth. They don't want that. They don't sleep at night. They don't understand how this happened. They're like, oh my God, Mel is going to become a billionaire. Yes, deal with it. You mean Guru? Yeah, him too.
Ultimate revenge. Make these people quadrillionaires.
Yeah, because we're going to spread it around like chicken pox. We're going to open up businesses. We're going to create opportunities. We're going to have humanitarian projects. We're going to have healing centers.
All of it.
We're going to put the medical industry out of business. We're going to put the petro out of business. The doctors are going to be working for us, and you'll be driving a Chevrolet, not a. And I can say that because she's the doctor, okay? But she's not going to need to practice anymore because we're going to have like toothpaste that's going to make your freaking teeth grow back.
Amen.
Oh boy. Hey guys, I'm going to hold you over. Guys, if you listen this far, this wasn't scripted. This is just having a little bit of fun. I'm just having a talk with my friends and we're recording. That's all we're doing. And if you want to do the same thing, you can. This is not difficult. Anybody could do this. You're going to screw it up 200, 300. After a while, you know what? You're going to get good at it. If the market likes you, the market tells you. If the market doesn't like you, you'll know. Spread us around. You guys are the digital soldiers now. Do your job. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mel.
Thank you.